evening, everyone. This is Anusha Chavan here. I'm a digital marketing strategist, and today we are having Vedavati Katti, and she's been into HR industry since past 7 years. So today she'll be discussing about how one can utilize LinkedIn platform for the job search. Especially this session will be for freshers. So welcome, Veda.
Hi, Anusha. Thanks for the
Hi.
opportunity. So it's a
Yeah.
creative session, I would say, because most of the people are either searching for job or searching to switch or looking for new opportunities in the market now. Especially
Yeah.
freshers, due to this pandemic, they are a little surprised how to search and
Yeah.
how we are going to get a job.
Yeah.
Campus interviews or other things off campus all reduced because of this COVID-19.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think this session will be a little bit useful for those who are new to the LinkedIn platform or someone who is not using actively, or for freshers definitely they can get more takeaway from the session, I believe.
Yeah, yes, of course. Because of pandemic, many experienced people
Yeah.
themselves are losing their
Sure.
jobs, and as a fresher, it is really hard for anyone to get a job and all.
Yeah.
So I hope the session will be useful for
Definitely.
freshers. Yeah, yeah, fine. So let us begin.
Sure.
I think I'll be asking with a series of questions. So the first question is how a complete LinkedIn profile should look like as a fresher's point of view. If a hirer is looking for a person's profile, which is the standard format of the profile exactly? What
Okay.
all should be there and all?
Sure, sure. I'm going to take through it. Anusha, let me tell you, it's not only freshers, you, me, or anyone, whoever we have LinkedIn accounts, we should have the complete profile, at least to certain extent, 70% or 80%. Then only anyone who visit to the profile will have better idea about the person, maybe about the skill sets, experience, and everything. And not only for job seeking, if at all a recruiter or anyone who is looking into their profile, maybe someone who is willing to refer the person or whatever, if they look into the profile, they should feel like a verification. Okay, I have already received the resume of a person, or maybe I have found the profile in a particular job portal. Similar things are mentioned. Almost everything is updated in the LinkedIn portal. So if I have a lot of things in my resume, and if I have a lot of things in my Naukri account or Monster, Shine, wherever, but my LinkedIn account shows nothing, then verification wise it would be a little difficult, it's a little challenging. How to trust a person, how to verify this? Because we have many resume writing services outside. Just pay something,
Oh,
get a beautiful
yeah,
resume done, add so many
yeah,
things, shortlisted. But when you really look into their LinkedIn account, not only LinkedIn, we have many other things as well, Stack Overflow, Angel List. But for beginners, LinkedIn is something really useful, at the most useful. So if you
okay,
have a complete profile, updated one, which will give you a lot of opportunities and people will not doubt on your verification part, that also.
okay,
So I'll
okay.
just take you through the LinkedIn account. I have logged into
Yeah,
my
it's better
account.
if you can share your
Sure,
screen.
sure. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay. Here I will show you how we can update the profile. However, my profile is completely updated one, so I can just show you
Yeah,
with some editing.
you can just tell me which are the key factors which usually, from a hirer point of view, one is looking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a second. Okay, so here is my LinkedIn profile. Adding your picture, you already know
Yeah,
about it. If you add,
yeah,
it will
okay,
be good for recognition that this is the person.
okay,
Somebody can recognize you well. And
okay,
here I will start, where you can add about your details and name. Everybody will add definitely. Headline is
of course.
something, if somebody search for your profile or somebody visits to your profile, this is the one which will be popping up. This will be the one which is going to be highlighted. So I have mentioned
Okay,
as actively looking for corporate recruitment opportunities, whatever. Maybe if you are not looking for job, then also you can mention certain things, maybe about your experience, 5+ years of
okay,
experience into Java development, or looking for
okay,
backend development activity,
okay,
opportunities. So whatever you are, uh, if you want to highlight something, definitely you can add in the headline part. Okay, here
okay,
is about your education details, where you can mention. Okay,
okay,
and next comes into picture. Okay, So about, we might have some question like, what is the difference between headline and about section, right? There also we mentioned about our experience. Here also we mentioned about our experience. But about is something which should reflect your profile in a short summary. In resume, we usually mention summary part, which has some 6 to 7 lines, which reflects the profile. So what exactly you are? For example, if you are a Java developer with 7 years of experience and you have worked on certain frameworks like Spring, Hibernate, or anything else, and you are looking to work as a full stack because you have updated front-end development skills as well. Maybe like that, you can mention like 7 years of experience, actively looking for full stack development, but I hold back-end development experience and I'm expert into certain frameworks and tools. This is what you can mention. So this is about section, which is quite important because when you go through someone's profile, instead of looking into the complete profile, if they look into the about section, they should be able to understand at least a bit about what exactly you are into about your profile. Okay.
All right.
And here activities reflect that generally everybody will be knowing about it. Experience. So whatever experience you hold, maybe from the beginning, internship or whatever, freshers cannot add anything here, but they can definitely mention the internship experience if they have done something, or maybe the projects they have done outside, a commercial project or whatever, they can mention. And if you are an experienced person, make sure that you are going to add your experience up to date. Then only you will be able to reflect your complete profile, whatever you are mentioning in the portals, job portals. Okay. And work duration, location, designation, everything should be updated. Education wise, if you are pursuing something, for example, I'm pursuing executive MBA from IGNOU, but I have my master's in computer applications. I have mentioned both, like the one I have completed, the one I'm pursuing, all the things. Yeah, and you will be able to add some certifications, licenses if you have. Some people will be having Linux certification or maybe Java certification. Those things also you can mention here. And skills is something which is very important. So people get confused when we talk about skills. Yeah, I know this, I know that. Everything cannot be a skill, right? So what is related to your job or something which is going to add value to your job will be your skill, definitely. Okay. So let me just give you my example itself. I'm into recruitment, talent acquisition, and my industry is IT. Headhunting, stakeholder management, and LinkedIn hiring is my primary skill, top skill. Top skill in the sense, any 3 skills you can mention as a top skill. And for example, I'm taking your example itself. You are an expert in digital marketing. So in digital marketing, many things will come across, I'm sure. So you cannot mention everything as your primary skills or the top skills or expertise what you have. So SEO, you are good at SEM and you are good at online marketing. So you will mention these 3 things as top skills. You can exchange as well. If at all you want to move something else as a top skill after some time because you gain different skills, you can make it. And industry knowledge, what you are good into the industry. And apart from that, you will be having certain technology skills and you are expert at certain tools. You can mention here. Okay, and you'll get endorsement as well from your friends and circle who have seen you working on those tools and technologies. Languages, you can add. Other skills is something generally people will not look into, but if you want to keep it updated so that one or the other day if someone is using it or looking into your profile deeply, definitely it will be useful. I'm not denying the fact. So this is about the skills, Anisha.
Okay, fine. That was helpful, Veda. Thank you. Especially so overall, the mail profile setup is important.
Yes, correct. This is how your profile should be updated. Then somebody looks into your profile, it should look like the complete one.
All right. Fine. So shall I take up the next question?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. So the second question would be like how to improve the profile visibility as a job seeker.
Okay. So generally, this is something when you are not actively looking out for a job or you don't want to showcase that you are looking out for a job change. You might have seen like people who are in company, but they're not serving the notice period, but still they'll be secretly looking out for a job. That everybody does. So that case, whatever the updates I have told is enough. But you are looking out for a job and you want to reach out the recruiters or you want recruiters to look into your profile directly and you want to showcase that you're open for opportunities. That is the case where it clearly shows that you're open for opportunities. You're active, you're an active job seeker. So here is an option. I'm showing you open to work. I think it's visible.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, edit option.
So
you can mention the job title. You don't need to add a number of job titles. Any 2-3 job titles where your experience matches, skills matches. Along with that, you should be interested to go for certain opportunities. For example, if I add something like recruitment manager, I'm not willing to go for the role. But if I add, there is no point. So add only certain designations which is relevant to your profile, and you're willing to go for certain number of opportunities or type of opportunities. Okay. And location, wherever you are. Locations wherever you are comfortable to relocate, or only your current location. And start date, immediately I can start applying, or flexible. I'm just looking, but not immediately available. Maybe within a week's time, within 2 months. Type of opportunities, part-time, contract, whatever your priorities are. Okay. So here one more thing. Here, choose who sees you are open. I have clicked on. There are different type of LinkedIn accounts, preferably 2 accounts. With the regular one which I'm using, that is share with all LinkedIn members. If I click on this one, anyone in the LinkedIn platform will be able to see my profile, and this open to work, hashtag open to work will be visible. It shows that I'm open to work. I'm looking for a job. So this option is visible for every LinkedIn account. Despite of what exactly it is, they have the paid membership or not. Share with recruiters only. So we'll be having
of course only.
So only they will be able to see. If your friends or colleagues want to look into your profile, for them it is not visible. It will not be visible. Okay. So depends. Like if you are secretly looking, choose the second option. Openly looking, choose the first option. Yeah.
Okay.
Here it is. So this way you can increase your visibility of the profile.
Okay. Fine. All right. So that was good to know that how can we improve the profile visibility. So yeah. So shall I take up the next question?
Yes, Anusha.
So how to search job as on the LinkedIn, and how to get alerts and notification about any job openings on LinkedIn.
Okay.
As a profession, obviously.
Sure. I'll take you through that. Before that, here is a section where you can go and search your jobs. Prior searching the job, let me tell you something to get the alerts on page. Okay, see, this is just an example. Location-wise, it's not relevant. So my school page, this is a company, education company or e-learning kind of company where I'm not following till now. So now I'll click on follow. So I will be able to receive the notifications of this company page, like whatever jobs they post.
So whatever the company you're looking, you're interested in working, so you should go to the company page exactly and follow them. So we'll be getting the notification of the same if any openings are there.
Yeah. See now, HR executive post for this job, they have posted a job 21 hours ago. If they post something else now, then I'll be able.
You'll be notified.
Yeah. I'll be notified. Like this, number of companies which I follow should increase, so that I'll have, and you will get the similar type of companies as well.
Okay. So they can just go to the company page and apply there itself, right?
I'll take you through that. I'm just trying to show something where they can follow the similar type of companies. For example, they are interested in Infosys. They have followed the page. They will get the notifications. So along with that, they will be able to find some more companies which are similar to that.
All right.
Okay. So I think you are able to see here.
Yeah.
Following. See, Tata Consultancies, Infosys. It's a service.
Wipro, Cognizant, everything.
Similar kind of service companies I'll be able to see, which are either the competitors or they have the similar kind of services or falls into the same fraternity and industry. So I can follow. Then I'll be able to get better notifications. So this is just about the following the official page of particular companies. Now I'll show how we can search the job. Okay. So if I am a Java developer, and looking for Bangalore location. Okay, so these are the jobs available in the market for Java developers. Okay, so something which is posted 1 month ago might have been closed now. This might not be available. There is no point. Here are the filters which we can utilize.
Okay,
I
fine.
just look into only jobs which are posted few weeks ago or less than 3 weeks or
Right.
like
Recent jobs.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So experience level, entry level, if at all my experience is less than 2 or something, associate up to 5-6 years of experience. Mid senior generally falls more than 8 years of experience. Director and executive, someone who has 10 plus 15 plus years of experience. So I'm just trying for entry level for someone. And company, if I'm specific and if I know that the position is open, otherwise let it be. And job type, I'm looking for, now I doubt that people will be so specific. And LinkedIn features, let's not use, so that you will be able to see more jobs. Okay.
So here are limited amount of filters.
Yes. So I can directly apply. It will take to career site. Or sometimes, if at all, here is apply on LinkedIn. It will not be redirected anywhere.
Okay. Directly from your LinkedIn profile now.
Yes, directly we can apply.
Okay.
Yeah, like this.
Okay.
Or sometimes it is called as easy apply as well. You can submit the application. You can add your resume here. Once you add, next time you don't need to add again. It will default. It will be default attached, and you can submit that.
Okay, fine. Just got it. Okay. Fine. That was helpful for searching jobs and getting alerts and notification and how to apply job as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Fine. So then next question is how to.
The purpose of showing this job searching is you will not be able to search something random, reach some other job poster or something else. You'll be particular about what exactly it is, how many years of experience, and location wise, everything will be specific.
Yeah. Fine. So,
and alerts, just a second. Sorry, I just missed out. Alerts, see, here is your recent job search, Java developer, 8 new jobs, 26 new jobs. So this will show in your recent alerts or recent job search. Every time you don't need to put this filter, every time you don't need to update this and check. So just you click here, you'll be able to see some updated jobs.
Okay. So my next question would be, what about LinkedIn posting and as a fresher or experience, how often one should be posting in LinkedIn and all? So as a digital marketing point of view, I usually post like image pictures or carousels that I use for my Instagram account and all. So generally, as a from your HR perspective, how often one should post on LinkedIn?
Okay, so if you are not a job seeker, then you can use any kind of video or images or whatever to attract the audience that digital marketing people or anyone else for business purpose they'll be doing.
Usually we share case studies and all or how experience of
and some statistics, data and all.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So but from the point of job seeker, what exactly you have to do is you have to build a proper network first. If you are posting and you don't have the network, there is no point. So you should have a proper network, and then posting wise, you don't need to post every day because you are specific about your role or something, and your posting need not to be related to job that you are looking. I'm looking for a job. I have so and so experience. Not required. You can share your knowledge. You can discuss with people, or you can share somebody's articles or posts. You can be little active. Doesn't mean that all the days you have to post. But to reach out your post to someone else who is handling certain type of job requirements, you have to be a little active. At least twice or thrice in 15 days you have to post. I would say some 3 to 4 times in a month is required. So people will be aware that one or the other person will be able to see your post or like or share, comment, whatever. Then if at all you are posting related to your job seeking, that I'm looking out for so and so job, then it will be really helpful that people will be able to respond to it.
I see most of those posts like people will be asking like I'm looking out for a job and I'm sharing that experience.
Like only in a month if you post that I'm looking for a job and you're not at all active, you're not responding.
That will be not useful.
There is no drawback in that. I'm not saying that there is a drawback, but the problem is visibility of your post will reduce because people will not like or share it. That can explain.
Yeah, fine. Of course, as you said, without building the network, if you keep on posting, that is not useful. So how to build the network and how to get the right set of connections on LinkedIn?
Okay. Again, I'm going to share the screen and give you some better idea about it, because verbally, whatever I tell, you'll not have some, I mean, audience will not
Right.
have some picture on this.
Fine.
Building your network, you don't need to work just to show the numbers here, like maybe 10,000, 20,000. You don't need to. You need to
Yeah.
build connections which are much relevant to your profile. So when I'm taking the example of a .NET developer, just an example of a .NET developer, it's not mandatory that you have to look into profiles who are into Microsoft technologies and add them into your network. That is not mandatory. But somebody who falls into your fraternity, somebody who falls into your industry at least, maybe someone related to corporate, IT industry, or someone who is working in similar technologies, you can add those people in one way just to build the network. This first kind of category is to build a network. Second one would be you need to add certain people which will help your job seeking way much more easier. The path of, like, whoever comes across the path of your job searching, maybe someone who provides the reference to you, or maybe the talent acquisition people, and maybe someone who is into sales. You might ask the question like how they are related to this. Though they are directly not related to this, but definitely they will be much more available over such social media platforms. So you can use either the sales people or again digital marketing people. So they are the one who are more active in this. So these kind of people you need to add. For example, if you are, I mentioned like .NET developer. So if you are a .NET developer, you are adding some architect.
Random people.
Then no point.
That's of no use at all.
And if you are adding some like ITI student or a PU student, how they are going to add value to your profile? Just if you want to add the number, then fine. But if you want to build a strong connection, strong network with right set of people, then no. Make sure
only related niche people would be helpful. Yeah.
Correct. Relevant profiles need to be added. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I'll also just show you how we can search and add the people.
Okay.
I just mentioned. Okay. Here we can go to the search.
Okay.
I'll just start from here. Maybe I'm into .NET. Okay. And make it as India as well, because pan India, most of the hirings happen pan India.
Okay.
So hiring, I'm just mentioning because if at all somebody is hiring for .NET, then I'll be able to see their profiles. So here is people. I'll click. Current company. You can search if somebody is working in Microsoft or hiring for Microsoft. Wherever Microsoft is present in that profile, it will be visible.
Okay.
Location, I'm not specific. I want anywhere in India.
Okay.
So
here, these are the people.
These are the people. 8,900 people in which is visible.
Something related to .NET niche.
.NET and hiring. .NET and hiring.
Yeah. And hiring. Okay.
Yeah, like this. You want to add someone who has huge experience into technical management or something, you can add more keywords. And so you'll be able to add someone who is into managerial role, like this.
Okay. I was actually randomly looking for just digital marketing profiles. So this was helpful for me as well.
Yeah. And all filters are there. If you are searching for a particular profile, working in certain companies, and yeah, they are from particular
so you can go and filter out each and every.
Yes, and anyone can easily use the filters and get the more relevant profiles to send them.
Seek references on LinkedIn. How to ask for reference and all. How to approach them. Yeah.
Okay, just a second. Yeah. So I see a number of messages over LinkedIn that I'm looking for this job, I'm looking for that job. So would you be able to refer me in your company or somewhere where you know? So asking for reference is just initiative. It's an initiative where freshers will be able to interact with someone and grow the network. But you cannot ask for reference randomly. So first thing is you need to ask either who are relevant to that. For example, you should know the position is open. For example, Flipkart is hiring. Assume that Flipkart is hiring and you are sure that position is open. Then the way you approach would be different. Then you have to mention that I'm I have come across the opportunity in Flipkart, but don't do this before applying. You need to go to the career site, apply there, and you'll get a reference ID. Yes. Then you'll get a referral ID. Then go to the network of your zone, or try to build a network first, and then connect to people who are working in Flipkart. Maybe senior managers or delivery head or someone else, or maybe, for example, if you are need to go to the network where they are working in the similar company, or they are working in similar domain, location wise also quite similar is better, because if you're working in a different location, will not be able to put so much of effort and time just to help someone and contact the HR of that location. It's
Yeah.
not practically possible. That's the reason I'm telling.
Okay.
And you need to approach talent acquisition team first. That is the better. Directly your profile is going to reach to the person who is working. And most of the times, whoever is posting the job, maybe in portals or wherever, you'll be able to find out their name. You can search their name and find out. You can ping them, and you can keep similar options, like you can contact their team as well. It's not that if I'm hiring, you have contacted me, I'm not available or I'm not responding, doesn't mean that you have to stop your efforts there itself. You can contact my team, someone who is working in the same branch or any other branch. That is the way. And few times we will be not aware whether this company is hiring or not, but I want to give a try. If Amazon is hiring, I don't know whether it's hiring for my position or not, but still I would like to give a try messaging them. Messaging is not like, hi, this is what I am and looking for. No, you don't need to directly throw your resume in the message. So better give a short intro. This is my experience. Because of this reason, I'm looking for a change. And here is my details, like maybe CTC or notice period. If you are willing to share with the person, it's not mandatory. And then you can mention certain skill sets, what matches. If the person is not hiring, for example, if the talent acquisition team where you are approaching is hiring for only development skills and you are into infra, you are into network security or something else, or database administrator, you don't need to just share the details of your profile. Please mention the skill set so that they'll be able to judge, okay, this person is not related to my team, or my team will not be usually hiring for certain skill sets. Okay, they'll pass on to some other teams.
Someone related to that.
Yeah. That is the reason. Mention the skill sets as well. And approaching wise,
one more.
Approaching wise, make sure your message is very short and it conveys what exactly you want to convey. Please don't entire background or history of yours, born and brought up, your schooling, your complete history, not required. Nobody is going to read so much. If they are hiring for n number of positions in a day, nobody will look into it. So make sure it will end within a paragraph with all the details. Okay.
So I had a doubt, like, is it proper to approach random people, or if it is a reference, it is a must that someone in that company should be known to us personally, or should be a friend of friend, like that, or we can directly approach someone just working in that company?
No, we can approach. Generally, people will refer. Yeah, people will refer.
Okay. Some people have the perception type reference, in the sense we need to know someone in that company, like maybe a friend of friend or direct someone like that. So nothing like that, right? We can approach.
No, yeah.
Fine. So next thing is, what do you say about LinkedIn groups? There are groups, and also how can a fresher utilize LinkedIn groups? It is useful or no?
For anyone, it is useful, Anusha. It's not only for freshers. We can be active in certain groups. Again, same concepts applies here. Just go and add yourself in some random groups. There is no use. If you are in certain domain, if you are into certain technologies domain, or you're interested in certain kind of discussions and talks, it's not only mandatory for technologies or something. You're interested in certain kind of talks or discussions. You want to share something which you are updated about, or you want to share knowledge base, or you want to know better by the discussions, then you can add yourself in the group. But in terms of job opportunities, like, you can go to the Facebook groups. That is a little bit better than But for knowledge sharing, this is a wonderful platform.
Okay, fine. So that was the questions that I was having for you today. So next time I'm again planning to host you on this platform for something related to digital marketing. I want to get to know how to hunt clients on LinkedIn for digital marketing, something like that. How we can utilize LinkedIn because LinkedIn is very well known for the organic reach. The organic reach is very much great, and people really hunt for clients on LinkedIn, and they get many of the projects and all. So we'll be talking about that in next upcoming sessions.
Sure.
So
even for sales,
it was really nice.
Even for sales people, they don't go for the leads or database what they have. Their primary source is LinkedIn now. The primary source.
Because the organic reach is really, really high, and people want to make the best use of it. And someone who is missing out on that is that's the really a drawback, I can see. Okay, fine. So let's close the session now. It was really nice having you today. So if you want to tell any words, you can.
Thanks for the opportunity, Anisha, because what we know, sometimes it will be in mind, we'll not be able to share with all the details, and will not be able to consolidate what exactly we want to convey. So it was a great opportunity for me.
Of course, even I was not knowing so in depth of LinkedIn how each and every options we have to utilize, especially for the freshers point of view. Today's session will be great, so they can make the best utilization of that, and they can get the job hopefully.
Sure. And
So thank you, Veda. Nice.
Trisha, if anyone has any kind of doubts on this, will be able to clarify definitely.
Okay, yeah, that, and also I would like to say that you can follow Vedavati Katti on LinkedIn if anyone is having doubt and all. Yeah, and she's highly active on LinkedIn, so you can go and follow her and ask any of your questions if you have anything there.
Yeah.
So that will be fine.
Thank you so much.
Fine, Veda. It was nice having you. Thank you. Bye bye.